so good.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. What can you say? Clutch and impressive effort here today.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all four quarters.
Randolph is the 4 with Gasol in the middle. A lot of defense with Conley and Lee in the backcourt. And it's Chandler in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Dave Joerger. Now here is Conley. Now Chandler. Clock at 6. Takes a 3. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
And you know, he's going to continue to bury those if that's how they're going to D him up. And guys, Courtney Lee, not the most flamboyant offensive threat, but he's a steady player at both ends of the floor. Makes threes at a high clip and competes defensively. One of those guys that you don't necessarily win because of, but you sure will win with.
Gasol a screen. Off the pick. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Gasol's got his second bucket tonight.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And Courtney Lee out of Western Kentucky, not usually a hotbed of NBA talent, but, you know, Clark, he's having a nice career.
He really is. I mean, playing big minutes for the Grizzlies, Kevin, and they really need his floor spacing and his hard-nosed, versatile defensive ability.
Los Angeles leading by 12. Here's Navarro, and count it from 19 feet away. Jay's got 19 points.
And you can tell they had that play ready to go. Well done on the inbound.
Tries from 16, and that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Lee kicks to Conley. Drills it from outside. Conley's got 10 points.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleed.
That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Gasol.
And when they desperately needed to get things turned around, they were able to rally and get back into it.
And, Greg, it was really their defense just as much as their offense that served as the real catalyst, and I think it allowed them to put that run together.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
And, Greg, I'm not quite sure why it took them as long as it did to finally get things going, but as we always say, better late than never.
Now here's Lee. He has 7, and he gets it to go. And now just a 5-point Clipper lead.
A nice run they put together here to bring it a little closer.
Yeah, they got hot, and I didn't think I'd be saying this a little while ago, but now this game's up for grabs.
Memphis has gotten the 3-ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. Memphis moving that ball around. Randolph dishes to Chandler. They get a hand on it. Shot clock at 5. The shot by Lee. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at New Orleans, they'll match up against the Pelicans. And that game will be 4 out of 5 on the road for the team. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock.
First team foul.
Lee kicks to Randolph. To the inside. Here's Conley, and he banks in the layup. Conley's got 7 points here in this quarter. Los Angeles leading by 7. Here's Navarro. 24 points for him. Fires for three, and good on the basket. Book it.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first three of the half, there might be more in store.
Grizzlies timeout. Start it.
Timeout called. The Grizzlies. Look at Clutch. He's really been playing well.
They don't seem to have any answers for him. They need to review their game plan and look for a way to cool him off.
Randolph a screen. Outside Conley. Wide open. And the shot is long.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And so here's Memphis. The Clippers getting the bucket. Gasol a screen. On the wing, Chandler. 5 on the clock. Off target with his three. Clippers leading by 12. Here's Navarro. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Complete domination. What a game for Clutch. 8 rebounds and some big-time point production as well.
And if I had to pick what he's done best today, I'd probably lean towards the offensive performance.
Well, just to be a contrarian, I'm going to go to the other side because he's been just as impressive, I think, at the defensive end.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
They double-team Conley. Shot to stop the run. Offensive rebound. Here's Randolph. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Randolph's got 4 points this quarter.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
And really, the last few seasons, the Clippers have been one of the most consistently strong teams in the league. A far cry from when they were a bottom feeder back in the day. They have become one of the premier franchises in the NBA.
And Jay gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Some changes for Memphis. Gibson comes in for Zach Randolph. And it's Barnes in for Wilson Chandler. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
And let's see the stat sheet here on DeAndre Jordan. He's been on a tremendous roll since the All-Star break. He's averaging 14 points a game, almost 3 blocks, and 8 rebounds. And he's such a big presence for them on the inside.
Yeah, whether it's sending shots back airmail or cleaning the glass, he's the total package. Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him.
Brandon Wright's checked in for Memphis. Will Barton comes in for Courtney Lee. Here's Barton. 7 points in the game. Barnes can't get it to go. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
No good from Gibson.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number 1 of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation. Well, it's another fast break score against them, and they just aren't getting back on D in transition. They've got to sprint back and find the ball.
Guys, they're getting caught flat-footed here, and if you're the coaching staff, you've got to get in their ear right now. And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal, and then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points. In the second half of the season, you get a good idea of the Clippers and where they stand statistically. Tops in scoring. First in assists, and they're also number one getting into the passing lanes and coming up with steals. An aggressive team that ball hawks very effectively.
And you go back to their offense, the most explosive in the league. I mean, everyone talks about the great offense beating great defenses, and I tell you what, they make it difficult to hang with them.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Barnes can't get it to go. Great D that time from Rondo. Here's Crawford. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Crawford's got his first points in this one. The Grizzlies trail by 21.
And, you know, J.J. Redick has shown steady improvement in his game. He entered the league as a spot shooter off the bench. Last season, averaged over 30 minutes a game for the Clippers. He's come a long way.
And that one's good. Barton's got 10 points in the game.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
And Pierce, here we go. It's rebounded by Memphis. And Redick has improved every phase of his game over every year, especially in the area of efficiency. Shooting over 47% from the field last year. And Greg, that by far the highest in his career.
Yeah, and in his mid-range jumper last year, just automatic. The turnovers per minute averaged also ridiculously low. It even improved as a defender.
Now here is Conley, following the miss by Paul Pierce. Pass to Barnes. Shot clock at 5. And stolen by Redick.
This game is going to get even more out of hand unless they start valuing the basketball.
Well, it's simply been an awful quarter. I mean, terrible ball security. They've actually handled that thing like it's got leprosy. Take care of it.
Ouch. Leprosy.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range, so I'd have to agree with you, Barton.
And let's see the leading three-point teams in the NBA. The Clippers, number 1.
The threat of deep shooting makes everything easier offensively. They've been incredibly accurate from long range.
Conley against Rondo. Conley, the pass to Barton. Rondo on the double team. Wright dishes to Barton. 6 on the shot clock. Pierce with the rebound.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle. Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
Outside Gibson, out of bounds. The Clippers take possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Courtney Lee, he's checked in for Memphis. For the Clippers.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and he's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout. Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
And here is Conley. 14 points for him. They need this. And that one's good. Conley's got 17 now. Here's Navarro. No good on the buzzer beater. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. The Clippers on top, running away with it. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway.